It is mirror time! Zerg versus Zerg on Antigua Shipyard. The map chosen to make sure that it can't be used by a Terran player later on. And we have to the right in the yellow. We have currently our player for the ZeNEX team.
ZeNEX! Lifer!
Oh, such a strong Zerg player. So good in ZVZ.
I'm so curious. I'm really excited about seeing him play now. I want to see if he can pull it off again, or if the player starting to the left on the opposite side of the map in the blue will be able to defeat him. This is...
NS Rosso! Priki!
Showing some great Infestor play in all matchups so far.
This is a really great matchup if you think about it. We have Life, who has been known in this week just for his really interesting strategies, and he was able to defeat so many Zerg players already, showing different strategies in every single game, and now he's up against Freaky, a Zerg that is really in love with Infestors. He loves this unit. He really is the Infestor king, at least so far, and we'll see if he is going to use them again against Life. The problem with doing the same strategy now against Life is just simply that he will be so predictable.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't call him an Infestor king.
Not yet.
I would say that he has high proficiency rate with Infestors.
Okay.
I would say that his Infestor skill level is quite high. You could say that he uses Infestors very well. You could say that his Infestor control is impeccable, in fact.
I think when he browsed through the units and he read that, and he read the descriptions of every single unit, he did not catch that Infestors are meant to be a support unit. His Infestor count is usually higher than his Zergling count.
Yeah, usually, man. He gets the +1 upgrade, but he doesn't get it for Roaches. He gets it for his Infested Terrans. He is showing Marine drops.
He's like, what do you mean the +1 attack upgrade doesn't infect my Infestors?
He's like, well... ZVZ is not like TVZ, but I can still do Marine drops, and you better have Spine Crawlers in play to stop my Infestors. But even if you do, by the way, a Terran drop, if you drop 4 Marines, that's no big deal. But if you drop 4 Infestors, that's like a potentially, I don't know,
that is a
million Infestor Terrans.
And he is so fast with his Infested Marines as well. It's not allowed to use or abuse this mouse wheelie thingy, but whatever it's called. And yeah, but he's really fast with spawning the Infestors. We've seen this in the last game. But now, let's have a quick look at the opening here. The speed is a lot faster. For ZeNEX Live, we have a drone count of 24 to 21, a slight difference already, and Live is going for the Baneling Nest, while we have Freaky preparing for it with the first Spine Crawler.
I wonder if Life will make a super fast lair again. You know, he's shown that in almost all of his games, but he also shows that he has the ability to change things up really, really well. And for that reason, I wouldn't be surprised if he did something completely different, just went for a normal Roach attack like we saw him do against Zenio.
But we've seen already that this is quite scary. Against Zenio, it worked so well because Life was able to hit the perfect timing. On the other hand, the one thing that we have to keep in mind is that Freaky faced this in an earlier match already. Yeah. When he was playing against Pat tried to hit him with an Infestor +1 timing. It did not work as the Spine Crawlers were ready, and the Infestors as well. So those Fungals, they did so much damage. They held the Roach army in check up to the point where Freaky could defend. But this time it's going to be Banelings.
Yep, the Baneling Nest is finishing up now, and this will be just your average everyday follow-up in ZVZ to the double hatches going down. Ooh, he's going to try to do something with these 2 Zerglings. His Spine Crawler is not at place in the front, but he does have enough Queens, I feel, to hold this. It's all going to come down to how much these Zerglings can do to distract and to pull the Queens away. If he can do that well, then the Banelings can come in and do their damage, but they've been spotted. He's not going to be able to make this work. Well, if he catches these Queens, though, this could work. Oh, now he's got a ton of Zerglings. There are 2 more Banelings, though, and...
Oh, that was so close.
That was intense, man.
That was really intense.
Typical Life here, going for a lair at 7 minutes. Getting a 3rd base as well, cutting every corner.
That's kind of what he's known for. And I'm really I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all that he's trying to make this work. He's heading straight for the Roach to the +1 attack timing, and he's pressuring this Queen. He's still dodging his opponent's banelings. Oh, this time he at least caught 3 Zerglings. That's an okay trade, not perfect, but still.
By the way, Life is on a 14 win streak in this matchup right now. He has not lost ZVZ in the last 14 times he has played it. That is intense.
That's pretty scary.
Oh, look at this scout he gets as well. Comes and sees the lair timing as well as the macro hatch. He's like, well, oh, this is so smart. He actually, okay, never mind. Oh man, I freaked out for a second. I was like, all right, what if he sees the lair timing here and decides to cancel his Roach Warren and go Mutas? Like, because his Roach Warren finished on the production tab. I was like, did he cancel that? Is he crazy? Like, is he going to try to do something super weird here? But no, never mind, guys. I take it back. It's all not true.
It's actually something, or strategies that we've seen just recently. Those cancels when your tech is spotted. A lot of Protoss players try it as soon as they see that, well, for example, the Colossus strategy that we've seen on Whirlwind was immediately cancelled.
Well, he is already going towards that Roach composition with +1 finishing up very quickly, as well as that fast Roach speed. And from Freaky, we see Zergling upgrades just as usual. He will see the lair timing as well as the Roach Warren now. This is his first glimpse into the main base of Life.
He's trying to take a few of the drones out here. So far he was not successful, and with the Roaches and the +1 about to finish, he knows already what's happening here. Just look at the timing for Life. Life really prepares for this. He has 3 bases, and of course Freaky has to build all these spine crawlers. He's waiting for his infestation pit, and Wolf, if you think about the timing that we see right now, it is a lot faster than Pet's attack.
Yeah, much faster, and these spines, though, again, are just barely going to be done in time, but this time the infestors will not be. I think he's going to go over here. He does know there's no third base. I think he is actually just going to turn around when he gets there and start his own infestation, but I don't think he's actually going to try to force this. He may, as these spines are not quite done, and he will turn around.
Oh, the Baneling's not being sniped.
Well, he's thinking about committing it, but there's so many spines he can't do it.
If he has reinforcements, then maybe, but not with the amount of roaches that he currently has at the bottom of the ramp. This is not going to happen.
He's going to force his opponent to stay on 2 bases for a while, though, and there's the infestation. But I really like this. Just sit back, put the aggression on.
Take a third.
Yeah, get your third base fully saturated, start getting your upgrades up a little bit higher. He's got +2 for his Roaches coming out here. We'll find out how well Freaky can do in this lower economy situation with his infestors. He actually sneaks Zerglings by and will get the Queen. This is pretty huge. That really limits the production of that third hatchery. But the fact of the matter is it's still there.
Yeah, he still has the third. He's saturating 3 mineral lines. This gives him an advantage over his opponent. 1 worker kill, that's all there's to it. And he's trying to claim the low ground with the spine crawler so that he can start off taking his third. But the timing is perfect for Life. No, maybe not quite.
Well,
but
with these
the
infestors
bundles
here,
out.
He traps them next to the spine crawlers, and this is a terrible place to be.
No transfuses though. The Queens are not here in order to transfuse, but so many Roaches just died. Freaky playing this very well. A few of those Roaches are on the high ground though, and they can force a cancel on the hatch. Nah, probably not, but still.
Well, yeah, I mean, he almost did. There's +1 Ling's going to clean that up, but yeah, he tried to make something work there. He tried to sneak by. He did not know the infestors were available at that time, so I like what he's doing next though, Calder. He still has his units poised in the middle of the map to kind of be a pressure incoming. That's going to scare his opponent a little bit. During this, he's taken a 4th base in the middle of the map. He's continuing his upgrades. He's got +2.
He's getting drop play. Life is getting drop play.
Yeah, not Freaky this time.
Exactly.
Not yet.
Exactly. His opponent is getting the drop play this time. And I have to say that the way that Life approaches this game, the way he plays, this is just great. This is really great to watch. He has an advantage in economy. He has a 30 supply lead. His tech is roughly the same. He has better upgrades though. He does not have the infestor count, obviously.
Yeah.
But if you're up against Freaky, that's a given.
Of course. 75 to 51 drones in his favor. That's going to allow him to saturate this 4th base a little bit faster. I've seen just in this game from Life so much flexibility in his play. He has transitioned out of a big Roach push into infestors, slowly but steadily getting that 4th base up as well and just continuing to put the pressure on. Never over-committing anywhere. I really like that. Look at the income tab. You can see he's got twice the income of his opponent right now. The 3rd base for Freaky is not even saturated. He hasn't mined a single mineral from that base just yet.
One thing that Freaky did in the last game was patrolling Overlords everywhere so that he could not be dropped and now no Nidus network could actually be placed in his base. This time the Overlord placement is not this perfect. And whoa, Freaky!
He read your mind, man.
Yeah, Freaky looked at what Pet tried to do the last game and he's going straight for the Nidus network.
A lot of Zerglings getting fumbled here. He will lose one Infestor, however, but he'll save all of his drones. The Nidus is something, though, that is going to be a pretty big concern.
Another two. He loses quite a few units to this run by. That is already worth it. He just lost 2 additional roaches.
Let's see what he's going to do with this Nidus. Will he put it at the 3rd base? Is he just going to try to do a forward Nidus? What will the plan be here?
He's trying to hit it in the main base, apparently. He's going for the main with an Overlord.
Looks like that's what his plan's going to be.
Life is moving out here.
Yeah,
Life is trying to do some damage now.
He's going to try to, but there are so many Infestors. He's going to attack into these spines, and I don't think this is going to work. Look at how many spine crawlers there are at both locations. He has so much energy.
Look at the spine crawlers. Look at the Infestors.
Yeah.
He's fungling everything.
He fungles everything. He traps these roaches where they cannot engage the spines, but the spines do their damage.
Wow. Freaky is holding again. Freaky makes this work.
Yeah, he's made Infestors work in situations that I would have never imagined they would actually be enough. The Nidus threat still exists as well. He could Nidus a ton of Infestors in the main base, kill drones, and then get out while the units are still out of position.
And here is the Nidus network. Bit of an odd position.
Yeah, I think... Is that a misclick? Like, no. It may just be a fake to freak him out a little bit. Oh,
he's dropping on the other...
He's going to drop.
Yes.
Yep. Here we go. I didn't even know that could work, man. Like I said, he makes Infestors work in ways that I have never seen before.
And they march in, the drunken Marines. But at the same time, we have the drop in the main base at the bottom left.
Most of these roaches very low on hit points.
Oh, there they are, the Infested Terran at the top right, the drop at the bottom left. He fungles them, of course he does.
Yeah, and I mean, most of these roaches are already low on hit points, so he actually can take them out pretty easily if he gets some Infestors up here.
Oh, wow, if he kills all these Overlords as well.
And we'll find out if this is going to be enough very soon. The Infested Terran starting to fire on these Overlords. As you mentioned, supply blocking him severely. And
dude,
in general,
seriously, why the hell did I build Lings in this matchup? All I need are Infestors.
He lost his spawning pool and he didn't remake it. That's a pretty good indicator of what you just said. Uh-oh, this run by will actually somehow get into position. He's going to lose a few drones here. The worker count right now, 67 to 41 in Freaky's favor. Even though he's losing a few workers, he just lost so much to all these different attacks that have occurred with these Overlords, with the Nidus Worm.
I have seen players use a ton of Infestors in the past, but I have never seen any one of them making it work this well.
Oh man,
and
ZeNEX.
He is paying attention to his Infestors. He's not losing a single one of them this time. 21. Both of them are, well, I don't want to say roughly at the same supply, but it's a slight advantage for Life. But so far, he could not really make it work. Another Nidus. He tries over and over again to get in here. But Life is able to take down the Infestation Pit at the bottom left. He does damage here.
And yeah, he does indeed. The resources lost tab, however, 14,000 to 18,000. So many more resources lost for Life.
And let's not forget, Life has actually a lot less harvesters than
he
Freaky's.
lost a lot to this harassment.
40 to 70, and the Nidus network, it is at the top right.
Top left.
Top left, yeah.
Just like before, he's going to drop the Infested Terrans across the way.
Hello,
he's dropping him in the middle. This actually gives him so many different options. This is so creative. Meanwhile, this drop has been spotted in the main.
Oh my god, and it's been fungled as well. Oh wow, Freaky. Life is on a 14-0 streak.
GG. Life is... He's no longer on that streak, man, as Freaky shuts him down.
Freaky GG'd. Did he? Yes, it was Freaky who GG'd, not Life. Freaky had nothing to build units anymore. He didn't have an army. He had only he had the higher drone supply.
I actually I was looking at the wrong units tab during that game, I think. Because I was looking at I'm actually just speechless right now.
He didn't have an army anymore.
Yeah,
defensive out of energy.
He only had Infestors that were out of energy. Okay, yeah. Okay. I'm sorry guys, like I just had a moment of weakness. I had I mean, it wasn't as funny as that moment of weakness that you had that was on Reddit at the top page there, but
That video by now has 30,000 views, by the way.
should have more. It's so funny. Well,
The Caldor meltdown.
he's like, yeah, I won. It was me, by the way. Just FYI. Don't worry. Don't fret, man. He's telling his coach, and
Okay, so the thing is, I'm actually a little bit curious. I don't think that the situation for Freaky was this bad. I think he might have called the GG a little bit too early. I kind of get why he was dropped in the main base. He ran out of energy with his Infestors. There was this attack by his opponent. He shut down the pressure at the 4th that we've seen with the Nidus network.
that game was so crazy to watch. It was so hard to follow, you know? Like,
Freaky was always behind in supply.
he was always behind in supply. His worker count, you know, I feel like his harassment was really cool. Like, it was so awesome how he was able to control the center of the map, even with those infested Terrans. Like, his Nidus positioning was awesome. He actually put his infested Terrans in all sorts of awesome places. Like, he was able to drop them across into the 3rd base, drop them across in the main, drop them across into the base in the center. But in the end, you're right, he ran out of energy. He had no answer for the drops that were going on in his main base.
But the thing is, I wouldn't mind to see more ZVZs out of those two, because this was actually really, really entertaining. Oftentimes people say that mirror matches are not as entertaining as others and that they don't really like them, but this ZVZ that we've seen out of Freaky and Life was actually amazing. I really loved it. Drop play going on. We had Nidus networks, we had Infestors, all these attacks by Life who pressured his opponent. And Life is now in a 14-0 streak against Zerg.
yeah, well, I guess maybe is it now 15-0?
Oh, yeah, 15. It's 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's
And
it's
Life-
15-0.
Life ends the run so far for this
Yep.
guy. And so far, man, Life has not had a GSTL appearance where he just takes a win and loses. He hasn't had that yet. He usually gets a multi-kill. He usually gets a few points under his belt. We'll find out if he can continue that trend today. And his play is just so solid. No matter what he faces, he knows how to deal with it. His transition from his big roach push was beautiful. He was like, all right, back up, get my own infestation pit, take a 4th base even in the center. I've got control of the map right now.
The one thing that's always used to describe a Zerg versus Zerg is you need to know when you can build drones, when you can get greedy, and I think that's something that Life mastered up to a point which nobody else before actually did. He knows exactly when he can get greedy, when he can get the tag, his 3rd and additional upgrades. Here's the replay, and this was this amazing situation where we had the drop in the main base of Freaky. Life was just able to kill all of these.
Yeah.
That was actually so well done. He shut down the attempt of Life to take him down, but he slowly and steadily lost his tech in the base. A run by at the 3rd. Those are some fast roaches.
Yeah, they were pretty quick.
But you can already see, even when he killed all these units, Freaky was still behind in supply.
Yeah, he doesn't have the real damage deals. Look how much mineral mining he's losing. The economy was better with that 4th base up for such a long time. Look at though the bases around the map for Life right now. He actually doesn't have that much mining there either.
He has 4 bases though, and he's just pressuring his opponent over and over again. And Freaky, he did not have the army to actually do anything. He had this huge amount of infestors, and they helped him so much. But Life is just getting farther and farther ahead, and he lost his structures. He lost the infestation pit. He's out of gas, as you can see at the top right. We have him with a lot of minerals, but what do you build when you don't even have the pool?
And this energy is not used as efficiently as it could have been. Most of these infested Terrans get cleaned up.
The infestors are all out of energy. They don't have
GGs.
energy anymore.
So, I mean, I was like watching that game, and it was hard to say how many drones they both had exactly, but it seemed that Freaky was a little bit down.
50-70.
Yeah, and
in favor of Freaky.
think
Freaky
he
had
knew
actually a lot more drones. This was one of the problems. The supply was basically only infestors and drones, and the infestors were out of energy.
yeah, so he knew that at this point, like, he can't hold a roach push that's about to come across the map, so he was like, I'm not even going to try it.
You mentioned that he lost his pool. I don't think he ever rebuilt it.
No, he never remade
and
that.
he lost the infestation pit. He was out of gas. He only had minerals.
Oh, I didn't realize he lost the infestation.
So
pit. Oh,
what do you do at this point? You're out of energy on the infestors. You only have infestors, maybe 10 zerglings, nothing else.
So all you can do is make spines, basically, but that's not going to win you a game. That might buy you time. Oh, that was... He got picked so fast. Is that Son? I can't see.
I only see
It is Son,
Son,
man. I can tell. I was like, I saw the glasses, and I was like, I bet it's Son. He's not wearing the jacket, so it can't be Sage. And we don't even know what the map is just yet. I'm
Yeah,
really looking forward to see what it's
The
going to be.
map has not been hosted. We see San against Life.
San is old school, man. He was the reason why that Protoss upgrade, the Kyadrin Amulet, was removed from the game. Because no matter what in TVP, they could not attack this guy. He had so many storms available to him. He was always warping in Templar, ready to stop attacks. And in the Team League and in the individual leagues recently, he hasn't looked as dominant as he has in the past. But this guy has shown cool strategies. I'll never forget his carrier play in the World Championship team battle. When we had all those foreigners out here playing against the Koreans, he went for carriers, and a fast mothership against Nest-T was a game he played once. He was one of the first people to use the Archons and a Vortex actually in competitive play. We're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we'll see if Life can continue the trend here at the GSTL.
I'll be the one left.